Everything's recording. Get a cameo. Cam E, Cam AIOUOE. Monday, 14/22, 10 seconds, year 2024, 5th month, April 20th day. Today's Woodstock Day. Come on, you fucking touch fuck. Get that shit out of the fucking winter crack. We went into here. There's the prisons over here on the other side of the fence. Prisoners. Prisoner actors. So this thing cracked from way up there at top, the tree way up top there. Slammed it through the banks here. A couple more twigs while we're here. All right. Back through the stank. You see these trees right here, they all fell down there. There's some snap up there. This shit over here. There's a Zumbo binky. One can see a snap right there. There's a snap right there. And there's too many leaves grew up, so there's a bigger snap, because this fucker right here, pretty thick fucking snapper right there. Both these snappers right there, and some thick snappers. Look at that, look at that shit. That looks like it was fucking cut. Oh, it might have been cut on the other side of the fence, yeah, because they got landscapers that trimmed the prison gate over there, so they might have got it on their side of the fence. So look at Cammy right there. Over here. Oh, big one. Wonder if that shit could... that wasn't it. Yeah, it is. normal fucking shit. Less disciplined brushing, all that fucking shit. Get knocked in the head, and what comes out? The karate move, yo. Jumping back. Fuck yes. Dispelling all that energy actually causes the thump on the head or any part of the body. It causes it to instantly provide a shielding to it, a cure, instant relief. Whereas some people, when they get thumped on the head, they're so lost in being lost in thought contained so hard and too much fucking pain. now they're immobilized. But if one throws a karate yell on it, the instant it fucking get knocked in the head or whatever, just instantly, and it brings all that energy into that part that got hit to put it back to where it used to be. What's it called? Watering shit down, turning the living organism into a lame and tame organism, usually herded around like a cattle and all that shit. So, but there's a good side to it all. Imagine that. Imagine there's a good side to all that shit. You gotta know what's on the other side of the fence. That's the good side. So that when one's ready to grow from being lame and tame and add some of that wild, all-natural fucking power to it, one knows what it's like. Now there's no more wondering. Then when one knows what's on the other side of the fence, it can be shared. It can be audited into the air. And it provides a security. That's where all the security agreement, the bankruptcy and all that shit comes into play. Although martial arts is boy energy dominant, it still has a wonderful side to it, because it teaches the living organism to immediately, when pain comes upon, immediately to put a counterclaim in. And that's the audit, that's the noise that comes out from being hit in the head or kicked in the stomach. It's that because it's such a surprise. If one studies the big cats out in the jungle, if they're asleep and something sneaks up on it, and it immediately realizes something sneaked up on it, especially something that's ready to take it out, it immediately rises with the roar and the strike immediately. It comes right the fuck out. It's all natural. But the idea is to roar and strike with education. See, that's the idea. See? Now, if one was roaring and striking with no education, now we have a child bully that gets stuck in the mud with that shit, and abusive with it, and then wants to keep it like that forever. See? It's a universal principle. There's a good and a bad side too. See, but most people in the public, when they hear that shit, or if they see someone else yell out or cry out because they got hit or wherever the fuck the head got hit on a tree or wherever the fuck, they might go, "Fuck you," right? They bring that energy out. Someone in the public that's not trained, they think, "Oh my God, he's breaking the civil behavior code, and now he's ready to start a war and fight, and he might be wanting to get after me. I better keep my distance and all that shit." But if one has never experienced what it's like for themselves, so that when another living organism audits out, then if one's never experienced it for themselves, then they can't realize what's going on, and they can't say, "Oh, I've been through that, I know what that's like. It ain't no big deal." That's why it's a wonderful idea to let the children yell and scream out in the yard. To yell and scream and get it all fucking out. And experience what it's like. But, add the audit to it too. Add the education. Have a radio program to explain what's going on. Otherwise, people think that there's a war going on. And then they get ready for battle. They get their tanks all ready, and then before they get hit first, they're gonna strike first. And there was no reason for the war in the first place. Anyway. Alright, so that's that. And then with the loppers just cut the stuff up into 1 foot length so that it goes into the wood stove. This is going to be all nice kindling right here. When it gets all dried out, all these thin little twigs. Oh, fuck yeah. Nice kindling. And then there's, bigger sizes so it catches the fire going once it gets started, and then get the littler, the bigger twigs start catching. And then when those start to catch, and you get a nice fire of big twigs in there, then the coals start going on, the coals, or whatever, then everyone can start throwing the big logs in there. Ah, yeah. Then the big logs in there. Or if one wants, they can just put the kindling at the bottom, stack it up nice with plenty of air around it, put the bigger twigs in, and then put a few big ones, nice dry big ones on top. Brother was using that technique all this winter. And it seems sometimes you get carried away, get too much on top, but this shit doesn't, because it has to have air. It has to have air. It got too much big pieces of wood on top. It doesn't breathe properly. So anyway, then got to get in there, just refangle it. So that's that. Good. So there's winter tree education right there. Winter tree snap, ice storm snap, tree branch snap. Go out and get the trees, bring them in. Be sure there's a wood stove, because you never know when electricity's going to go out. Never get a house that doesn't have a wood stove in it. If you get one that doesn't have it in it, hope to God you get some fucking money to put fucking one in. Because you never fucking know what the fuck's gonna happen. Although the hope is always there to put thought and body action that it doesn't happen, that it doesn't come to that. But it ain't like I can go drive down the street and think that everything's gonna be fucking heaven just like that all of a sudden. Bad habits don't change overnight, although there are quantum leaps. Better hope to fucking God you got a fucking wood stove. Now this is why people go out in town and make friends. Because they realize that someone else has got something they ain't got. And if it comes down to it, they're gonna need it. So some people will put up with other people's, behavior that they don't like, just for the fact that if an emergency shows up, they can at least depend on on something. So anyway, so much for today's video on tree maintenance. And now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna listen to Treasury Access training videos. So sayonara, because it's Monday and the brother feels like laboring and training. Anyway, so should come, slide off. There's a little red target button.